Smallville.
And then we'll move on.
Wait, Jim, you're going to be a lousy poker player. We see mockery on your face before you even get started.
Coming down the track.
What do they call it? Your what? Your tail. We see your tail.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
so his Superman's girlfriend
In high school.
in high school and his girlfriend as an adult have the same last name.
No, Lang.
Lang.
L-A-N-G.
Lina Lang and Lois Lang, but they're
Lois
both
Lang.
LLs.
Yes.
He was restricted by that.
Well, some people just can't get
I
over
understand.
things.
No.
It was weird. They got together, oddly enough, and they started a big clothing thing, LLB. And people that get
Yes.
things from there, they don't
And
realize
then
that's
they joined the
Superman.
rapper LL Cool J.
That's exactly what
And
happened.
the rest is history.
Yes.
You know. Okay, who's next?
Oh, well, no. So, Stacy, well done.
Yes.
Are you a comic fan, or did you look that up, or what?
Well, I thought that I'm not really a comic fan, I thought it was right. I did look it up to make sure.
Okay, that's fine. We like research.
Stacy, Ed, little known fact, Ed dresses up and goes to those Comic Con things.
No, I
He and his wife, they
No, I
go
don't.
anywhere. If they're within 100 miles, they're going to drive and dress up as.
I can tell you a fact. My wife isn't doing it. She already thinks I'm a nerd. She's not going down the nerd trail.
Yeah.
He's like,
So you don't go to those things with Round Robin, do you?
Well, if Round Robin called me and said,
That'd be quite
Round Dad,
fair.
do you want to go?
In your tights. Your Batman outfit.
In my tights.
oh, my word.
But first, we got to stop
Word.
at Walmart.
I would pay
Well, I'm in my
$1,000.
Here's the deal. Y'all get dressed up, y'all stop at Walmart, and then go straight over to the Waffle House. Won't nobody know any difference. Nobody even raise an eyebrow.
Waffle House.
Make sure it's late at night when y'all go in there with y'all's get-ups on, your outfits. You come in with your costumes, nobody even look up over their coffee cup.
Me in a Batman outfit with my old scruffy beard.
If some
Syrup.
poor waitresses was watching them walk in going, why me? Why does this
Syrup
happen
running
to
down
me?
into my beard.
Yeah,
Some
my
waffles.
word,
They'll tip
guys.
$1.50.
We better get back to the show. You
Stacy,
guys
what's
make
your
my
question
jaws
for us?
hurt on this show.
I don't have a question, but I want to say one thing. I want to say hey to my brother, Johnny Jones. He watches y'all all the time, and he's going to be very jealous. Or he listens all the time.
Yeah.
Very jealous.
All right,
All right.
Johnny, if
All
you're
right.
ready. Oh, he listens all the time.
Yeah.
I was going to point double finger guns at the camera for Johnny's
We got
sake.
viewers here on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else.
There you
All
go.
right. Thank you, Stacy.
All right, let's reset our questions that we have left, fellas, real quickly.
All right. I'll have to add one.
Add one, Ed.
Yes. All right. So, in all, this is a who am I question. In all, I conquered more land than Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Darius of Persia, and Round Robin combined.
Come
And
on.
my empire was the largest land empire in human history. Who am I? Second question. What was that? In 1954, Barry Nelson was the first actor to portray what famous spy? And I will add a Bible question to try to get us back on track. Who were the first two disciples arrested in the book of Acts? Who were the first two disciples arrested in the book of Acts?
What is the only U.S. state without a natural lake? What is the only U.S. state without a
What
natural
a bunch
lake?
of losers.
Second question, the math question. What is defined as the ratio between a circle's circumference and its diameter?
Important.
You'll have to
are
use
able
this.
to say, yes, they're able to use
Very,
it.
very
People are,
much so.
do you think of all these people
You wouldn't
besides
have any
Elon?
bridges if you didn't know that.
Not just
You wouldn't have
Elon, but
any
anybody
bridges.
who's built a rocket in their backyard, you needed to know those things. Third question, I need 3 examples of someone lying in the Bible. 3 examples of someone lying in the Bible. Example I threw out, Rahab.
Sure.
Lied to the people to protect the spies. Tim? He's thinking about the circumference, the diameter.
What was it? What was the question about the diameter?
I can tell
circumference?
you. No, I'll give you the simple. The number you get when you divide the distance around a circle by the distance across its middle, and it went on to say it's a mathematical constant. The number is always the same, no matter how big the circle. You go around it, and then
It's not like
across
the
it.
circle of life.
It's just like the circle of
Just,
life.
just
Yes.
like it, Tim.
But with
That's
less,
why it's important.
but with less animals coming on the ark.
Go ahead, pull yourself
Yes.
together.
What was Rocky Balboa's brother-in-law's name in the movie Rocky? What was his
His
brother-in-law?
nickname or his real name? His
Right.
given name?
Well, his nickname. What he knew, what he
What
was
we
known
knew
as in the
now?
movie. Yeah,
Not what's on
All
his
right.
passport.
that's true. All right, and number 2, which tree bark is used to produce aspirin? Which tree bark, this is real, is used to produce aspirin?
Here's the deal. Big Pharma was hoping he wouldn't let that cat out of the bag, because most of them things they get from a weed or some tree bark, and they charge you about $60 for a prescription. I was hoping you wouldn't let people know you can find the cure in their backyard.
Yeah, I got something to say to that.
Well, you might as well.
No. Every once in a while you need to.
When have you held
Oh,
back?
That's
All right,
rare,
filter.
but sometimes you need to.
All right. Thank
All
you
right.
for employing the
I think
filter.
it's a prop. You know.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Oh,
You're
okay.
getting a check. Good
Get
for
a check
you.
in my spirit.
Check in your spirit.
It's a big one too.
Well, then for sure you better follow it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Kansas.
Remind me when we're off the air.
Okay, we're going back to Kansas, and the name here says Kingdom. So maybe
We all have one.
Well, do I have the name right?
Yes.
Kingdom. Okay, and you're 11 years old. It says so. You're just over the threshold. So welcome to Trivia Friday. Where do you live in Kansas?
Okay. I live in Topeka.
Topeka. All right. Well, Kingdom, would you like to ask, answer, or do both?
Do both.
All right. Which one do you want to answer?
The thing about the 2 disciples in Acts.
Okay. Who were the first 2 disciples arrested in the book of Acts? What say you, Kingdom?
Peter and John.
That is correct.
Wow,
Way
nicely
to go.
done. Nicely
11 years
done.
old, he knows that.
Yeah, that's great.
How did you know that, Kingdom?
Well, the Bible and
Okay.
my dad.
Good.
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
that's
All right.
2 good reference
I
points
gotta
right
tell you,
there.
you're the first Kingdom I've ever met. So where did you get your first name? Is that a family name?
My parents prayed, and
Okay.
that's how they named me.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
That's
That's
beautiful.
interesting.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of those rabbits with horns running around out
No,
there?
that's Colorado.
No, he says it's Kansas.
It started in Kansas.
Oh, it started
Yeah,
there,
they
really?
migrated.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I better not.
All right.
But listen, next time just talk to me first off the air. Don't try to correct me
Don't
on
challenge
news stories.
and
I
humiliating.
should have followed that check.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Kingdom, what's your
That's
question?
why
for us?
friendships are destroyed. Right there.
Okay.
Well, churches are split
Yeah,
like that.
that's right.
That's
That-
why you
that
got
color of carpet.
new denominations.
Listen, if our friendship hasn't been destroyed by now, it's not going to be destroyed because the sarcasm level is always at the top.
That needle is pegging.
Kingdom, what's your question for us?
This is my question. After the Jews arrived in the Promised Land, who was their first king? Not Saul.
After the Jews arrived in the Promised Land, who was their first king?
Now I'm gonna say God was the king, because whenever Samuel was saying about picking Saul, he said, "I'm really offended that I'm their king, and they want a different king besides me." So I don't know how technical of an answer he's looking for.
I actually think somebody's asked us this before, and there's some obscure reference
Right.
to a
It's nothing
person.
obscure in the
It's
Bible.
not.
is.
It's not. No, wait. It's
Good
not.
night.
It's not who the king of Salem. Who they. Melchizedek. Is it Melchizedek? Because Abraham tithed to him, and that's saying something. We don't know. What's the answer?
Abimelech.
And
Yeah, give us. Do you have the reference for that? I think somebody called and stumped us once before, and we just didn't remember.
Kind of a little no man's land between Judges and Kings there.
Yeah, I think. Do you have a reference for that?
yeah, Saul was the first king which God chose to reign over Israel, but the first king was not one that God chose. This would be Amminadab. Judges 9 and 6 reads this.
All right.
All right, hey, thanks, buddy.
Thank you,
for-
Kingdom. I appreciate you calling, and
And
beware.
thank your dad for teaching you the Word of God.
Beware of the absolutely, and beware the rabbits with spikes,
With tentacles.
tentacles. Now, tentacles.
It says tentacle-like.
Yeah, tentacle.
Growths.
I'm saying spikes. They don't really have spikes.
It looks like spikes. The
Spikes,
pictures
yeah.
do. But
Now, I think tentacles, I think of an octopus.
yeah.
So if you got
Well,
a cross
now you
between
think of
an
rabbits.
octopus and a rabbit, you got something that exterminator's not going to easily.
A cross between an octopus and a rabbit.
Yeah, because I'm thinking tentacles, you know.
See that one on the Discovery Channel right there.
Well, he goes over your house, and if he never comes out, you go, yep, he had an encounter with one of those they
Yeah,
crossed
the
between that rabbit and an octopus.
crawled up from the Gulf, made it to Kansas.
Up the Gulf.
Huh? That's quite an octopus story right there, is it not?
It's big.
Going over the Ozark
Big.
Mountains?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a big,
Well,
big story.
if there are natural lakes in Kansas,
Yes,
we don't know.
we don't know.
'Cause it
That's
could be
true.
one of the
states.
50s.
Yeah.
It could be the one that does not have any natural lakes. That's one of my questions.
Sad. Who's next, Ted?
All right, we go to Mississippi, and Jason is on the line. Jason, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello?
Hello, Jason. Yes. Welcome to Trivia Friday. Do you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I'll do both.
All right, which one you want to try to answer?
I want to try to answer the one about the 3 liars in the Bible.
All right, here's the question. Give 3 examples of someone lying in the Bible.
Okay, well, Abraham lied about Sarah being his wife.
That's right.
And,
That's right. There's one.
Ananias and Sapphira lied about the land, like they sold the land, and they said they were giving all the money, but they didn't. They weren't.
Good. That's an Acts. I've got that one. All right, you got one more.
And then David lied whenever he took Bathsheba.
That's good. That's not good that he did that.
Right,
Those,
right.
those are 3. And then you're correct. Abraham actually lied twice, told Pharaoh and King Abimelech that Sarah was his sister to protect himself, not wanting to be killed for her beauty. But these are just some that came to me. Jacob, of course, deceived his father to get the blessing. Joseph's brothers lied to their dad, about
That's
what
true.
happened to him. Potiphar's wife, falsely accused Joseph. Gehazi lied to Naaman about chasing down lied to Elisha, to Naaman about saying he wanted those gifts. And then Peter denying Jesus, and then Rahab. Hey, nice job, you got it.
Hey, can you wait, Jason, during the break? We're going to take a 5-minute break. You have a question for us, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you wait through the break?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The midwives, those 2 midwives lied, and the Lord blessed them with families of their own as far as delivering the babies.
All right, so when we get back, we got Lisa in Kansas, Tim in New Hampshire, John in Georgia, Bill in Pennsylvania. So we'll go around the country with questions, get as many as we can.
Right after Jason.
Yes, and on Trivia Friday. We'll be back in a minute. Stay with us.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
90.5 KTXG Greenville, Dallas.
state employee, you have the opportunity to support the American Family Association through the combined federal campaign. By designating a monthly payroll deduction using 12037, you help AFA continue to fight for your family. So when you complete your CFC form, remember, AFA's number is 12037. And thank you for your help.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Steve Hugh. The president is on his way to a high-stakes meeting in Alaska. Lillian Wu has the preview.
President Trump heading for his first one-on-one meeting in 6 years with Russian President Vladimir Putin, who's making his first trip to the U.S. in a decade for the sit-down at an Air Force base just outside Anchorage, Alaska. The president telling reporters on Air Force One he's focused on ending the years-long war between Ukraine and Russia.
Vladimir Putin wanted to take all of Ukraine. If I wasn't president, he would right now be taking all of Ukraine. But he's not going to do it.
Ukraine's leader is not part of today's talks, but President Trump is hoping this could lead to a second summit, which would include Volodymyr Zelensky. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
Texas state lawmakers facing a deadline today to return to the state capitol following the nearly 2-week-long walkout. Mike Tobin reporting from Austin.
The most popular figure in the Democratic Party has now weighed in, Barack Obama. He hooked up by video link with the Texas lawmakers who were held up in Illinois and congratulated them for their courage in this particular fight. Because of their actions, he said California and other states are looking at redrawing their districts to match Republican gains. And Obama said democracy is not a given, and sometimes they need to fight for them. It looks like the fight in Texas is over for now. The Texas Democrats issued a couple of demands for their return. One is that the current session will be closed. Two, that California step up and redraw maps to counter Republican gains in Texas.
The Supreme Court will allow a Mississippi law limiting kids' social media use to go into effect for now.
The unsigned emergency ruling by the Supreme Court means that Mississippi's law requiring age verification on social media sites like Facebook and X can be enforced on a temporary basis. The justices rejected an appeal from NetChoice, a tech industry group representing the platforms, who says the law threatens privacy rights and free expression for all ages. The 2024 law establishes requirements for social media companies to confirm their users' ages. There were no noted dissents by the Supreme Court, but Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote that there is a good chance that NetChoice will eventually succeed in showing that the law is unconstitutional. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A college news outlet says a number of Truman Scholarship recipients went on to support liberal causes. More from Bronson Woodruff.
The Truman Scholarship is a federally funded program that the College Fix says continues to subsidize the careers of Democratic activists. Matt Lamb with the College Fix explained this in an interview with AFN.
The Truman Scholarship Program provides $30,000 to around 50 students a year to help them pay for graduate school. The agreement then is those recipients agree to spend 3 of the following 7 years after graduation in some sort of public service.
But he said this really means something else.
The program has turned into a subsidy program for liberal activists and liberal professors.
He said his team went back and looked at people who won the award in 2017 and 2018. The Fix reports that within that time frame, about 7 to 10 years, that roughly 80% of Truman scholars were clearly involved in liberal political causes,
including working for the ACLU, working on LGBT activism, or teaching classes about LGBT and politics.
He said many of these winners go on to work for Democratic campaigns and Democratic politicians.
It's rare. In fact, we didn't find any conservatives in this latest 2017-2018 report. There are several ways it could go about correcting it. One would be just to defund the program.
Lamb added other possible fixes could be allowing MBA students to apply and deliberately pursuing students at right-leaning universities. I'm Bronson Woodruff.
And finally, Americans were buying more cars in July, and that helped boost retail sales and numbers.
Spending is holding up for cars and other purchases. Retail sales rose 0.5% in July, up 0.3% excluding autos. For the year ending in July, retail sales increased 3.9%. The numbers are encouraging and show signs of resilience since shoppers have